let's hit the Premier League. Biggest game of the weekend.
Oh yeah.
Used to be the biggest game on the calendar over the last couple decades. Arsenal, Manchester United. Arsenal's at the Emirates. It looked nailed on. Manchester United only in their second game under new head coach, excuse me, Michael Carrick, and they won. It was a brilliant win, brilliant performance, by the way, by Manchester United away. They won 3-2. Great game of football. I mean, you want to talk about like a throwback? They were building it up as like,
Totally.
where has this game gone? Well, it came back. It came back. I'm sure you watched it, but it was pretty interesting. Arsenal, uh, there's a 4-point gap now. It was 7 at one point, and it could have gone to 10, and now it's back down to 4. And Man City and Aston Villa are playing really well. Man City are playing okay given their
Right.
standards, but yet here we are with a 4-point gap.
It's wild.
Yeah,
It's wild. Is this like a turning point game for Arsenal where like they lose? They're not going to lose a few in a row, but like they drop some points in the next few games because they like feel they felt invincible, and now
yeah.
they're very
Well,
mortal now.
yeah. So I still think when you look at it, they're the best team. They're the best team from the attack, defense, set pieces, transition. They're brilliant. They really are. Every team's gonna have a bit of a blip. My big challenge basically is sort of like to Arsenal internally right now because of the competitions they're in. Right around January, February is when everyone's like, "Can they win the quadruple? Can they win the treble?" Shut up. Just shut up. Like, if you win one, amazing. If you're lucky to win two, great. Stop chatting this nonsense. Like, get focused. Not that they're chatting and everyone else around is chatting.
Yeah.
But I still think they're the best team. I do believe that Villa, with the 4-point gap, I do believe between now and the end of the season, Villa and City will drop more points. And I think Arsenal, this was sort of a blip, but we'll
Yeah.
see. You know.
Yeah, and United have, of course, the new manager bump
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
He's just simplified everything.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about this culture piece, and
Mhm.
you were there, you lived it. So I'm curious to
Yeah.
hear your thoughts. So, how important is that vis-a-vis Manchester United? Because I'm very strong about how I feel about culture, and I think it's really really important. But I don't know. Does that still exist? I mean, Sir Alex he's been gone so long. So is that a real thing, or is this just like new manager simplified? They won a few
Sure.
games.
Yeah. That the latter part. Manchester United, and I played for 3 seasons for Sir Alex Ferguson, and I am so honored that I had that in my career. The club and the culture at that club that was built by Sir Alex Ferguson and those brilliant teams is incredible. Like, to experience it's so impossible to even, like, try and explain it. It has been explained very
It's
eloquently
amazing you got to be
over
a
the
part of
years.
that, by the way.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, and I feel so thankful for it. But that's gone, by the way. The club itself is a brilliant football club, but you go 12 years and countless managers and
Right.
underperforming, you don't then get to go, "Yeah, culture." Now, is Michael Carrick a culture guy? Does he know the club? Did he play for Sir Alex Ferguson? Did he win everything? Yes, yes, yes. And he's a good young manager. But he hasn't automatically instilled club
Right.
culture into a bunch of guys, by the way, who didn't know where the sticker twist, had no leadership. I wouldn't say knew the club culture, because
Right.
otherwise they'd have done that for the last however many years. What happens is a new manager comes in, Ruben Amorim, who I think is a good manager, threw so much at them,
Yeah.
right, that it became almost robotic. You could see it in their performances. What Michael Carrick did, and I'll give you a tangible example. What Michael Carrick did is he gone, right, not square peg and round holes. We're not a back three with 2 wing backs. We're a back four, right? We're simplifying this. Stay in your slots. Don't go very far. If one of our fullbacks goes, the other one tucks around. We learned this in under 6 soccer, right? We're gonna play 2 holding midfielders. Again, protect. If one of you wants to go, if we have good possession, go. You don't both vacate the midfield, right? So he started simplifying this. And when I was at Manchester United, we would sit in and by the way, we had the best players in the world at the time, right? Because that's what Sir Alex Ferguson did. He said we'd sit in a pregame meeting. He'd show a video. He'd turn it off, and he'd say, "Run forward, pass forward, play forward." That's it. That was his team talk. That was it, and
That's
everybody understood.
amazing.
And so I think that's what Michael Carrick did, and I think he probably said, "By the way, When you get into the forward area, express yourself. We're going to play off. We're going to play on the break. When you break, don't come back. Express yourself. And that's what they're doing. I'll give you an example. Roberto Martinez, who I think is a brilliant manager, had him at Everton, played for 3 years. Tactically, he's a savant. He's brilliant, right? We fell on hard times. He got sacked. David Unsworth, who used to be the captain of the club, Unzi came in. He was the under 21 manager. He took over the team for the remaining 3 games. We got onto training, LD. He took the pitch. He had the groundsman put 2 lines, like a football hash, right? One here and one here. And he said, if the ball's on the right-hand side, all 11 players on the right-hand side. If the ball's on the left-hand side, all 11 players on the left-hand side. Compact. When you get into the forward areas, do what you do best. Attack. And it was like, bang, we won like 3 games in a row, right? It's like, it's amazing. It just takes the shackles off. These guys have been overthinking things. Carrick has come in and he's basically simplified everything and said, go. And they're enjoying it. You can see they're enjoying it.
It's funny to me to see how, and I love hearing you talk about that. It's funny to see how soccer just keeps evolving over time, right? Because that's what it was for so many years.
Totally.
And like me growing up, that's all soccer was like man management, get the most out of your players, very simplified. And the game has become a lot more now about coaches and managers in that way. And the players are sort of interchangeable. And you see it at the youth level. You see it with youth soccer now because it becomes very robotic and like we're doing this and then the pass goes there and then it goes here and then and this is what we do. And you sort of lost that art of it. And I wonder now, you're starting to see a little change where teams that are more pragmatic are getting results, and these coaches who are like these brilliant, like tactical, do something different and change the game a little bit are starting to not phase out, but they're starting to get found out a little bit. And it's really interesting. And I think there's room for both, but it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out.
Well, it's interesting because as we start to talk about this, and I said this on air on NBC this weekend, I said, talking about this exact topic, I said, I got a lot of coaching friends who are going to blow up my phone because here's the thing. They chat some shite. I believe in tactics, but they chat some shite. This is how we're going to play it this way, and we're going to do this. And they got the board behind it. And by the way, it ain't about that. Yeah, you need a structural setup. But the amount of times that these coaches talk themselves over and over and over, it's like, get the best players, set them up, give them an idea and a structure. And I'm not saying throw tactics out the window. Tactics are important. But I look at Arsenal, and do I think they have tactics? Yeah. Do I think they have the best players? Yeah. And I think Mikel Arteta basically says, play from they defend their Arsenal, silky football. They defend their box better than any team in Europe, literally.
Yeah.
So there's tactics, and then there's also like setting your team up to have a good, strong base and allowing your best players to go express themselves.
When you take your coaching licenses here, it's funny, the biggest thing they want you to do is have a game model, a way of playing that is not, there's very little, if no time spent on how you manage players, how you deal with situations, how you get people to produce, and how do you motivate and those things. It's really interesting. It's just become, I think, a little too far skewed the other way. And we'll see how it comes back over time.
Well, listen. For all of you who love soccer and haven't seen it, there's a movie in England. I saw it like my first week there. It's called Mike Bassett, England Manager. And in the movie, someone asks him a question and he goes, 4-4-2, and that's it. and that's the reaction you'll get. So anyone who hasn't seen it, Mike Bassett, England Manager, it's a must watch if you're a football fan.
That's so good. All right. Speaking of movies, our guy Adam Crafton at The Athletic said that United have agreed a deal with North American production company Lionsgate to create a dramatized retelling of the club's history. The production remains in development phase. Blah, blah, blah. It's going to be based and similar to The Crown, which was a 6-season historical drama series on Netflix, which chronicled the life of a British monarch named Queen Elizabeth II. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts, dude?
My thoughts are, 1, am I in it? And 2,
who's playing you?
And 2, who's playing me? Here's the thing. I'm not getting anywhere near that. anywhere near that. But I think it'd be cool.
What do you mean you're not
Shocks.
getting near it? If they
No,
call you and
no.
say we want, what if they want you to do
I,
a cameo?
obviously, let's get me on screen. I'm saying when they're writing the script, this bald head American fella ain't making the cut. I'm on the editing
He's
room
the one,
floor.
oh, I see. He's the one who was cleaning the boots for Van der Sar and others.
I think it's cool. I mean, the history of the club. I'm shocked that it's 2026. We haven't had this yet. So yeah, really cool.